With forbearance plans about to come to an end, many are concerned that the housing market will experience a wave of foreclosures like what happened after the housing bubble 15 years ago. Here are 4 reasons why that won't happen. 1. There are fewer homeowners in trouble this time. After the last housing crash, about 9.3 million households lost their home to foreclosure, short sale, or because they simply gave it back to the bank. As stay-at-home orders were issued early last year, the overwhelming fear was a pandemic would decimate the housing industry in a similar way. Many experts projected 30% of all mortgage holders would enter the forbearance program. Only 8.5% actually did, and that number is now down to 3.5%. As of last Friday, the total number of mortgages still in forbearance stood at 1,863,000. That's definitely a large number, but nowhere near the 9.3 million. 2. Most of the 1.86 million in forbearance have enough equity to sell their home. Of the 1.86 million homeowners currently in forbearance, 87% have at least 10% equity in their home. The 10% equity number is important because it enables homeowners to sell their house and pay the related expenses instead of facing a hit on their credit that the foreclosure or short sale would create. The remaining 13% might not all have the options to sell, so if the entire 13% of the 1.86 million homes went into foreclosure, that would be 241,800 mortgages. To give that number some context, here are the annual foreclosure numbers for the 3 years leading up to the pandemic. In 2017, 314,220. 2018, 279,040. 2019, 277,520. The probable number of foreclosures coming out of the forbearance program, nowhere near that number of foreclosures coming out of the housing crash 15 years ago. The number does, however, draw a similar comparison to 3 years prior to the pandemic. The current market absorbs any listings coming on the market. That's number 3. When foreclosures hit the market in 2008, there was an excess supply of homes for sale. The situation is exactly the opposite today. In 2008, there was a 9-month supply of listings for sale. Today, that number stands at less than 3 months of inventory on the market. As Lawrence Yoon, the chief economist of the National Association of Realtors, explained when he addressed potential foreclosures emerging from the forbearance program, he said, "Any foreclosure increase will likely be quickly absorbed by the market. It will not lead to any price declines." And number 4, those in power will do whatever is necessary to prevent a wave of foreclosures. Just last Friday, the White House released a fact sheet explaining how homeowners with government-backed mortgages will be given further options to enable them to keep their home when exiting forbearance. Here are 2 examples mentioned in the release. 1, for homeowners who can resume their pre-pandemic monthly mortgage payments and where agencies have the authority, agencies will continue requiring mortgage services to offer options that allow borrowers to move missed payments to the end of the mortgage at no additional cost to the borrower. The new steps the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, and the Department of Agriculture, the USDA, and the Department of Veterans Affairs are announcing will aim to provide homeowners with roughly 25% reduction in borrowers' monthly principal and interest payments to ensure that they can afford to remain in their homes and build equity long term. This brings options for homeowners with mortgages backed by HUD, the USDA, and the VA closer in alignment with options for homeowners with mortgages backed by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. When evaluating the 4 reasons above, it's clear there won't be a flood of foreclosures coming to the market as the forbearance program winds down. The bottom line is this. As Ivy Zelman, the founder of the major housing market analytics firm Zelman & Associates, noted, she said, "The likelihood of us having a foreclosure crisis again is about 0%.